When was this?
2016. Yeah, exciting year. 2017 was also an exciting year. I think these couple of years shaped my thinking into what it is right now.
Okay.
But I mean, obviously, not a lot of people know me that too close, but
Not yet.
you know, when you compare yourself
Uh-huh.
as the years that you grow, sometimes you just sit and contemplate about yourself. You're like, how was I thinking in a particular scenario last year? And now I'm thinking about the same particular scenario right now. Have you ever went that deep?
Retrospection, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes. You can't help but do that, right? Look back and... There will always be a point in time where you'll start asking, why are you this particular way? And that's when you look back and you realize that, oh, all this happened, which is why I think a certain way. You can't help that. I think everyone goes through that process. Not at the same time, but personally, the earlier the better. The earlier you start questioning what's happening,
Yeah.
why do I have certain opinions? Why do I have certain perspectives? Is there such a thing as a better perspective at all, and all that? That's when you start molding yourself into who you are.
It's pretty cool that a lot of people realize that much early.
I'd rather have a lot of people realize that much earlier than later.
Yeah.
You'd rather spend the major part of your adulthood knowing that you're a certain way than looking back at it later and figuring out what just happened. I mean, also, for instance, now when I look back, I realize that I've done some pretty messed up. I mean, had pretty horrible opinions, or said things that were probably far from correct, socially or morally. So now I have that way to acknowledge that, yeah, okay, I was probably not, correct, or not the best human being here, but I'm definitely better than that now. So that accountability comes in the earlier you do it.
I think that only comes when you actually say it out loud, then rather than think it yourself.
I guess, I mean,
I think that's how it works, I suppose, because when you have some thought, you can fester a thought in your head, and nobody will ever change that for you because you never actually let that out of your mouth.
Which is exactly why I think retrospective thinking works.
It works only when you talk your stuff out.
Yeah.
That's what it is. You have an opinion, you say it. And then next year onwards, you're like, why did I say that?
Mm-hmm.
The phrase of why did I say that, what comes in your mind when you're thinking. It's not why did I think that?
Right.
It's very rare.
Yeah.
That only happens when you're in like weird situations about the one we were talking earlier, and you're sitting in the room.
Why did I think that?
Why did I think that? What's the time now?
What is it?
There was a small experience I had over here. This is like you go through these weird things and you're like, oh, why was I even thinking that? And then you start doubting yourself. Like, why?
Yeah.
Oh man. I think we are lost in thoughts right now thinking about those.